An adopted kid once sketched out a $2 trillion empire from the passenger seat of a worn-out Chevy Blazer. In 1994, during a cross-country drive, he typed a business plan on a laptop. 30 decades later, that same company generates over $1.2 million every single minute. Not through hype, not through flashy ads, but through a strategy that quietly dominated industries: cloud computing, online shopping, even your living room. And just when regulators started closing in, he stepped away. Albuquerque, 1964. A baby is born in a small hospital room. One day, that child will make it possible for you to order 600 glow-in-the-dark garden gnomes at 3 a.m. with a single click. But his name wasn't Bezos yet. His mother, Jackie, was a teenage secretary. His biological father, a circus performer, disappeared before the child could even speak. A few years later, everything changed. A Cuban immigrant, Miguel or Mike Bezos, married Jackie, adopted the boy, and gave him a new name and a new future. From an early age, Jeff was different, the kind of kid who'd ace every test, then spend hours staring at the sky, talking about colonizing space. At his high school graduation, he openly talked about building space hotels and amusement parks in orbit. People applauded politely. Some were inspired, others a little concerned. Then came Princeton. Jeff studied both electrical engineering and computer science because apparently one path to world domination wasn't enough. He graduated at the top of his class, brilliant, intense, and relentlessly logical. Imagine a mix between a supercomputer and someone who occasionally cracks awkward dad jokes. That was Jeff. After college, he followed the expected path: high-paying jobs, banker's trust, a telecom startup. Then eventually D.E. Shaw, a powerful hedge fund known for hiring unusually smart people. By 30, Jeff was already a senior VP. That's where he met Mackenzie. Sharp, intelligent, and apparently okay with marrying a man who genuinely enjoyed spreadsheets. They got engaged just 3 months after meeting. Then one number changed everything: 2,300%. That was the annual growth rate of the internet at the time. Jeff saw it and immediately understood. This wasn't a trend, this was a once-in-a-generation shift. So he did what any analyst would do. He built a spreadsheet. 20 different business ideas, online CDs, clothing, pet supplies, but one idea stood out: books. Millions of titles, easy to ship, standardized, perfect. There was just one problem. Jeff already had a dream job: high salary, prestige, stability. So when he told his boss he wanted to quit and sell books online, his boss said, "That sounds like a great idea for someone who doesn't already have a good job." Jeff quit anyway, packed everything, convinced Mackenzie to come along, and started driving from New York to Seattle. While she drove, Jeff sat in the passenger seat writing the business plan. Somewhere on that highway, between gas stations and empty roads, Amazon was born. And it almost had a very different name. First choice, Cadabra, as in abracadabra. Problem? People heard it as cadaver. Not ideal. Then came Relentless. He loved it so much he still owns the domain today. But eventually, he chose Amazon. Why? Because it starts with A, and because it's the largest river in the world. He didn't want a bookstore, he wanted the everything store. Back then, there was no AWS, no Prime, no Alexa. Just a garage, a fax machine, and a founder with a laugh people described as slightly unhinged. What no one realized, this wasn't a startup, this was the beginning of a long, calculated takeover. Writing I Am Hammy and I break down finance, business, and tower moves behind the world's biggest empires, so if you're into that, you're in the right place. In 1995, Amazon went live. The first order? A technical book on artificial intelligence. Not exactly thrilling, but it was a start. Soon, orders started pouring in. At first, Bezos rang a bell for every sale. Then they had to stop because the bell wouldn't stop ringing. Within weeks, orders came from all 50 states and dozens of countries. Amazon wasn't just selling products, he was selling convenience, speed, time. His strategy? Get big, fast. No perfection, no polish. Just execution. In 1997, Amazon went public. Still not profitable. Critics called it Amazon.toast, but Bezos had a different vision. Ignore short-term profit, focus on long-term dominance. Then came a bold move: customer reviews, letting people openly criticize products on your own platform. Most companies would never risk it, but Jeff understood something deeper. Trust builds loyalty, and loyalty builds empires. From books to everything else, CDs, electronics, toys, Amazon expanded aggressively. But Bezos wasn't just building a store, he was building infrastructure. Then came the turning point, the dot-com crash of 2000. Amazon's stock collapsed from over $100 to just $6. Analysts predicted bankruptcy. Inside the company, panic, layoffs, cuts, survival mode. But Bezos didn't panic, he got precise. Cut costs, tightened operations, focused everything. Amazon survived, and survival changed it. From that point on, Amazon wasn't just ambitious, it became dangerous. 2005, Amazon Prime, unlimited 2-day shipping. Critics said it would destroy profits, but Bezos knew it wasn't about shipping, it was about behavior. Prime turned customers into repeat buyers, fast, loyal, locked in. 2007, Kindle, books, but digital. Entire bookstores started disappearing. Amazon didn't just sell books anymore, it redefined them. Then came the real weapon, AWS. Originally built for internal use, it became the backbone of the internet. Netflix, NASA, even competitors. While others fought Amazon, they were secretly paying it. But dominance came with consequences. Sellers accused Amazon of copying their products, using their own data against them, competing and winning. Retail giants started collapsing. Toys R Us, Circuit City, Borders, one by one. Inside Amazon, everything was optimized. Efficiency over emotion, systems over opinions. Your margin is my opportunity. Not a slogan, a warning. By the late 2010s, Bezos wasn't just rich, he was system-level powerful. Amazon was everywhere: retail, cloud, media, homes. But pressure was building. Warehouse conditions criticized, regulators circling, Congress calling him in to testify. Then, suddenly, he stepped down. No chaos, no scandal, just done. Now, he's back to his original obsession: space. Blue Origin, not just rockets, a vision of moving industry off Earth, turning our planet into a preserved home. Because for Jeff Bezos, Amazon was never the end goal, it was the launch pad. The kid who once stared at the stars is still looking up, still planning, still building. And if history tells us anything, this story isn't over. It's just entering its next phase.